Hi, I'm Tulsi and welcome to Fitness Chicks. Today we're going to be predominantly working our core. I'm so excited for this brand new sequence for you. Grab a mat, that's all you need, and we're going to tackle the anterior, obliques, posterior, as well as some glutes and hamstrings. So let's start off with a warm up, and yeah, come grab some water, grab your mat and come join me for your So the first thing that we're going to do is maneuver ourselves over to a cat-cow position, okay? So knees are tractioning underneath our hips, hands are directly underneath our elbows and shoulders. Now pulling in our belly button here, really want you to maintain this flat back position. Now a lot of times we forget to just tuck our tailbone and squeeze the glutes and pull our belly button towards the spine. And then we're going to push the ground away with our palms and just broaden our back. So we're trying to broaden our back from shoulder to shoulder, from neck to tailbone, and just hold here for 2 breaths. So you should start to feel some friction around your palms, your forearms, your triceps and biceps, as well as pulling in that belly button. So we're going to do a few cat-cows here, squeeze in the glutes, tilt the tailbone up towards the sky, chest is up, and just push them through the pillars of your hands. Come back into neutral position before we go into a rounded back. Belly button is pulling in and our chin is towards the chest. We're going to do 3 more like that. Overarch the back, soft tilt, and then come in to bring the chin towards your chest. Good. Just 2 more like that, just opening up your recti spinae, erasing any niggles that you might have developed throughout the day if you're doing this in the evening or first thing in the morning, coming out of bed. Beautiful. Now taking a deep breath in, moving those knees together and heels together, toes touching. We're going to extend that right leg. Now really be aware of squeezing your glutes here and your right hip is pushing down towards the floor. So in this position, I would like for you to raise that right leg up. So you may not come up very high, which is perfectly fine. And the whole point is you're just pushing your right hip down towards the floor, and you can either flex the foot or point the toes away. Now there's 2 variations of this. Let's go into flex foot here, and I really want you to take 3 breaths. So pushing the ground away. Be careful you're not hinging too much on that right knee. So just square your hips off. 2 more breaths. Deep inhale. This time we're going to point the toes for 2 more breaths. So really reach for those toes at the end of the room, pulling that belly button up towards the spine, up towards the sky. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. Now, hold this position. Palms are still down. We're going to round the back, tuck our knee towards our chin or nose, and we're going to extend back. We're going to do 4 more of these, okay? Exhale, squeeze the abdominals, and inhale, lengthen. Good. 3 more. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Beautiful. So in this position here, I'm just going to square off my hips again, just checking whether my hips are nice and square. Now in this position, I'm going to raise my left arm up. So I'm going to squeeze my glutes and just move my foot to the edge of the mat. Really pull that belly button in, pushing that arm away, that's on the mat, and reaching over with my left hand. Here I'm really going to pull my belly button up and in, and hold for 3. Hold for 2. Last 1. Elbow to knee, 5 crunches. I know we said we're warming up. This is going to be our warm-up. And don't worry, I'm going to give you a little bit of a break here. That was 3. And we're just going to circle out those wrists after this one. So last one, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Extend. Beautiful. Drop that knee down, drop back into your heels, and just come up to clasp your wrists together and just circle. Now I really, really like these because if you had any irritation around the forearm or the wrist, especially when you're pushing that right hand down towards the floor, this is a really good one. Now circle the other way. Beautiful. We're going to do the whole thing, but on the next side. So belly button pulling in, knees are together, feet and heels are together. Extend that left leg. Now pulling in that belly button, just check with the right hand, the left hip is pushing down towards the floor. Inhale, pull that belly button in, push the ground away with the hands, raise up that left leg. Squeeze the glutes. Remember, we're going to come for 3 breaths into flexed position. And then we're going to squeeze the glutes a little bit more here, pushing the ground away. 2 more breaths. Just make sure you're not hiking your hip over to the right side too much. Last one. Beautiful. Point the toes for 2 more breaths. Really extend the leg so you're getting into the hamstrings, the glutes, the hip flexors, the calves even. And really drawing in that belly button. Now, knee to nose, draw it in, and extend back. Draw it in, and extend. Good. Last one. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Extend here, hold in this position, extend that right arm up, nice and high. So we're reaching for the end of the room, extending back with that left leg, and hold position. Inhale, and exhale. One more big breath in, and then exhale, elbow to knee. Keep sticking with me, really feeling the fire in the glutes, the hamstrings, the abdominals, getting some mobility in that shoulder, really pressing that left hand away. Good. Last one. Beautiful. Drop yourself back onto your knees, and again, we're just going to clasp the hands together, palms together, and circle those wrists out. Okay, that was an extensive warm-up, I think. I think that was quite good. So if you stuck with me and you managed to get through that, then clap for yourself, tap yourself on the back. This is perfect. Right, this time we're going to go into a side plank modification. I'm going to turn myself over onto the middle of the mat. And I'm going to take my left hand down towards the floor, extend my right foot out. Now there's 2 options here. You can either point the toes, or you can flex the feet and get the knife edge of your inside foot down onto the floor. Now, taking a deep breath here, we're going to really extend from that right foot up towards the hip, pushing that left hip forward, and raise up that top hand. Take a deep breath in, extend up over. And then we're just going to look down to the ground before we round that whole arm. And repeat. Right arm lifts square on. Open up towards the sky or the opposite side of the room then. Veer it down and repeat. So lift, extend and lower. Lift, extend and lower. 2 more for lift. Squeeze the glutes, extend and lower. Last one. Lift, extend and lower. Beautiful. Swapping straight over, no rest on this one. Extend our left leg out. Remember, if you wanted to point the toes, you can. Raise the left arm up, take it up overhead. And I just want you to pause for a second and draw a really long line from the toe right through the hip, all the way up towards your fingertip. Rotate it down. Inhale, lift. And we're really trying to engage these obliques, but I just want you to push your hips forward just a touch more and squeeze those glutes. So that's going to open up our hips. Really work into the side body here. 2 more. Inhale. Oh, this feels so good. I hope you are enjoying this one too. And extend. Beautiful. Drop it down. Just come down onto your knees for a second. And we're just going to open up our shoulders a little bit more because we're going to do a lot of plank work exercises. So again, if you've got any issues with the wrist, keep circling in this one way and circling in the opposite whenever we pause. And you've got every right to do that if you fancy doing that. But this time we're going to stretch our arms out towards the side. We're going to take our right hand up towards the sky and just pull it down in between our back, okay? So in this position, I'm just trying to get as far down as I can, and I'm just going to assist my tricep and pull my belly button in as I lift up my chest, okay? So in this position, really want a big long line and feel the stretch alongside my side body. Take a deep breath in, and I'm just going to hinge ever so slightly to my left side. Yeah, take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. And then inhale back to center. So again, we are going to raise both hands into that T position, clasp up with the left hand, middle of the back, and just use that top hand to assist. Breathe into this position, inhale, and just give it a little bit of an assist. Now, if one side is easier than the other, no issues. You can just hold it just to support it. You can then just come up into a square box position if you are feeling a little bit too much around that shoulder, okay? So deep breath in if you're coming with me. We're gonna exhale and just pivot to the right side. Keep breathing. One more big breath in. Beautiful. Dropping it down and then coming straight back into our plank position. We're gonna do 10 toe taps on this one. So we're gonna extend ourselves into a plank position, legs are active, glutes are on, belly button squeezed in. So we're going to tap your right toe to the right side, come back to center, left toe to the left side, back to center. Right tap, center, left tap, center, right tap, center, left tap, center. Good. We have 6 more here. So that's 6, 5, nice and slow, nice and controlled, keep those hips squared. 4, pushing the ground away with our hands. 3, belly button pulled in. 2, this is your last one. Beautiful. And we're going to lower down to the floor, but pause here. So we're going to take our time. So if you want to drop to your knees and lower down, perfect. If you're coming with me, we're holding into a plank and we're going to lower down for 4 seconds. So elbows tight for 4, 3, 2, lower with control. Beautiful. Now taking our hands underneath, on top of each other, our forehead down, and I'm just going to raise my legs. Yeah. So our hips are nice and square, our forehead and shoulders are relaxed, and all I'm doing is lifting both legs and lowering. We're going to go for 20 here. So that was 3, squeezing the glutes, extending the hip, keep breathing. So this is so good for your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back. If you've got any issues, this is a great way to strengthen them. Good. So 2 more here and we are halfway. So you do you. If you have got to 20, obviously rest. This is my 12. Good. I'm on 16, 17, 18, keep squeezing the glutes, 19. On the 20, I'm going to hold. So pull up, hold, and really reach those toes back towards the end of the room. Squeeze the glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Lower down with control and just bend the knees slightly, right? So we're going to come to bended knees. I'm just going to shift from side to side. So windscreen wipers, which is, usually we do this on our bum. So this is the opposite way. I'm not sure if there's another name for it, but I'm going to call them windscreen wipers. Okay, beautiful. So we're not done yet. We're going to take our palms alongside our armpits, elbows drawn in, our forehead in line with the floor. We're going to pick our chest up ever so slightly. Now I want you to keep your feet on the ground for this one, but still activating those legs. So your thighs should be engaged, your calves should be on, your butt should be squeezed. And here, I would like for you to take your hands away. So if you drop down a little bit, well, that's your perfect position, okay? So our arms are only assisting, and we're drawing our elbows back. So we're going to pulse up for 10, lower with control. Pulse up for 9, lower with control. Pulse up for 8, 7. Keep that forehead in line with the floor, belly button pull in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. Push yourself all the way back. Knees are down, hips are back, and just relax and open up the back here. So we've done a lot of posterior changes then, and we are not done yet, but we're just going to give our back a little bit of a break. Pause here. Just relax the chest for 3 breaths. Okay, slowly looking up. We're going to come straight back down onto our belly, but this time we're going to go from a plank position. So we're going to go toe taps and then plank again. So pulling our belly button up and in, legs are on, pushing the ground away, toe tap for right, toe tap for left, toe tap right, and over to the left. So you're coming back to midline, trying not to pivot those hips too much, keeping yourself solid, balanced, stable, and really squeezing in the abdominals. So we are halfway. Nice and controlled for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one. Beautiful. Remember, we're going to lower down with control. So if you're coming with me, or if you want to drop to your knees, do so. Belly button pulled in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now here, I just want you to take those hands alongside the back of your head. Open up the elbows. Hips are square. Forehead down. Open up the elbows. And we're going to do reverse crunches for 10, okay? Keeping the feet on the floor. Lift up with the upper body for 10. Now you're not going to go very far, but that's perfectly fine. Getting the erector spinae muscles, lower back muscles pulling in for 3, 4, keep breathing, 5, 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 9, elbows nice and wide, 10. Beautiful. Sit back into the heels again, knees nice and wide, toes together. Just reverse back into this position and hold here. Okay, coming all the way back up, lie back onto your stomach again, and if you're coming with me, we're going to go down for 5 seconds this time. So if you wanted to go straight to onto your stomach, perfect, that's fine too. So if you're coming with me, solid plank position, squeeze everything tightly, lower with control over 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Hand on top of hand, forehead down, raising those legs for 20. All we're doing is squeezing our glutes, lengthening those legs, pulling our belly button in. Good, that was my 5, 15 to go. Really squeeze the glutes, working and thinking about those hamstrings. Good, halfway. Good, 3 more. Remember, on our last one, we're going to hold up, so get ready, lift and hold. Just for 5 seconds. Squeeze the glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Dropping the legs down, bending the knees, and just windscreen wiper the legs just to iron out any niggles around that back. Loosen up those hips. Beautiful. So we're going to come into a side plank position this time, and we are going to go into some side crunches. So you've got 2 options here again. You can either bend that bottom knee and extend that top leg, and the modified position is you're lifting up. Okay, so this is your first modified position. For those who want to do the full position, go straight into it. I will be moving it in the next 5 reps. So we're going to do 5 reps on our side, then we're going to lift up and really feel that into our core. So top hand comes on top, lifting that bottom hip up a little bit higher, so you're creating that length from the left hip. And that right knee is going to come in to crunch elbow to knee. Okay, so we've done the full version in previous videos, and if you fancy doing the full version, fantastic, go straight into it. But we are doing very, very slow controlled movements here, and hence the reason we're going into modified positions. So if you want to stay here, you can. Remember, your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder, so you can lift up nice and high. And we're just to do 5 more reps in this other modified position. For 4, 3, squeeze the glutes, 2, on that last one we're going to hold, lift up that leg, lift up that arm, pause for 3, 2, 1, beautiful. Lower down onto your back for me, and we're going to go straight into some star crunches. So for those who want that modified position, arms up, legs out, and remember you can alternate lowering and lifting with arm and leg. If you're coming with me, you're coming all the way into a crunch position. We're going to lower with control into a dish and then come back up. Yeah. So whatever you choose on this next sequence, just go ahead and do that. So if you're coming with me, hold it into that boat pose, coming out, legs out, arms out, coming all the way back in. So we're not quite dropping our shoulders, and if you can, try not to touch the feet to the floor. But again, you do you, figure out what works for your body, what your body is telling you today, and then execute that technique as best as possible. Good, 2 more here. Exhale as you squeeze. Last one. Beautiful, come in. We're going to flip ourselves over onto our side. Opposite side this time, elbow down underneath our shoulders. And remember, tuck that bottom foot in, because we're going to come to that modified side plank. Lifting up that top hand, belly button pulled in, and knee to elbow. Extend, knee to elbow, and extend. I really, really do like this one because I feel like I'm not compromising any of my shoulder, any of the hips, and I'm definitely feeling this in that bottom oblique, the one that's closer to the floor, and then in the top as well. So last one here, beautiful. We're going to pull up, and then when you're ready, let's go for a crunch. Pull in, hips forward, for 4, stretch, 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 for 3, nice and controlled, for 2, okay, last one, ready to hold, extend and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful, drop yourself back over. So remember, we're going to come straight over onto our back. If you are doing alternating leg crunches, we're going to do 5 on each side. For those who are coming with me, extend those arms out. We're going to start from the bottom position this time, so it's a little bit harder. Legs up, arms up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze with control. Extend out and open. Good. Remember, 5 here. Squeeze that belly button in. Lengthen up, open up the chest at the top. Good. 2 more. Slow it down if you can, really eke out these movements. Beautiful, dropping the feet down this time, hands behind you, and now we can windscreen wipe our legs a little bit more. So this is a really, really nice one, just to loosen up anything, any tightness. Your chest forward, bend the knees, take your chest down and round your back, and just shake your head from side to side if you felt anything. We're going to do the whole sequence again. You are welcome. So we're going to start over onto our side. Remember, coming over where we will go into that modified position. So bottom leg is going to be bent, top leg is extended, top arm is going to come up and squeeze. Now, the whole point I'm pushing my elbow in so I can really feel that bottom hip. So I'm getting both sides of my obliques, even if I'm in this modified position. Yeah, biggest bang for your buck, why not, right? 2 more here, last one here, last one we're gonna lift up and crunch. Remember, this is an option, you don't need to take it, but if you're feeling mighty, we've got 3 to go. 2, 1, hold up, hold up, hold up, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Oh, and relax, beautiful. Coming onto your back and going into some star crunches. So remember, the first one we're going to start off into that boat position, and then we're going to open up for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Flip yourself over onto bending that bottom knee, elbow underneath, and then top arm comes on top. Remember, try and square off those hips, so hips are stacked upon hip. Lengthen up with that top hand, elbow to knee. So remember, the key is, yes, we are in a modified position, but belly button is pulling in. Your elbow is pushing into the ground. You're reaching with that arm and leg. You've got 2 more here. Last one. Beautiful. Now lift up with those hips and squeeze and extend. Squeeze and extend. 3, 2, 1. Remember that hold. Hold, 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 hold. Beautiful. Come all the way back down. Lie back onto your back. Remember, if you're doing alternating or if you're doing the star crunches, extend those legs, extend the arms, come all the way up with control. Lower. Try not to touch the floor with those hands or legs. Extend and crunch. Extend. 2 more to go. Last one. Keep it strong. Beautiful. Now, just before we go into those cross crunches, just take a moment and just windscreen wipe those legs, because if you were feeling anything in that lower back, we just want to take away any pressure. Oh, this feels so good. I think this is my favorite part of the exercise. Tell me if you got a favorite part of the exercise in the comments below. And remember, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe, hit the channel, hit the button, hit the notifications. I really appreciate it. Okay, so feet down, hands behind your head. Take a deep breath in, cross crunch, extend. Elbow to knee, extend. Now if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you're lowering that body a little bit further and you're taking your feet away, okay? But if you wanted to keep the feet closer, not so much a bend or a lean in that back, well that's fine too. You've got 2 more here. Last one. Beautiful. Hinge forward, just give your back a little bit of a stretch. Now you can either clasp behind your thighs or you can take your hands forward because your knees are bent, whatever you prefer. Just try and get your belly towards the thighs, your upper thighs, and just round up your back here. We've got a few more exercises just as a quick burst of HIIT. So we're going to come to lie down onto our back this time. And we are going to just do a series of 3 exercises for 12 to 15 reps. Okay, so taking those hands underneath your bum, raising the legs up towards the sky. Hold here. We're going to alternate the right foot down, left foot down. Keep that belly button in. For 8, 7, 6. So keeping that one foot right up to 90. Opposite is lowering down to where you feel comfortable, pulling that belly button so you're not pulling on your back. Last 3, 2, last 1. Beautiful. And if this wasn't torturous already, knees in towards the chest. Extend both legs out. Knees in towards your chest. We're going to go for 12 here. Extend out. So crunch and extend. Now if you're feeling a little bit ambitious, you can raise the upper body up and take your hands away from the floor. So it's basically like we're trying to heel touch. Reach for the heels. That was 5. Good, 4 more. Keep it strong. 3, 2, beautiful. Dropping that left foot down, crossing the right foot over. So we've got a nice 90 degree here. Hands at the back of the head. Taking a deep breath in, elbow to knee. Yes, another cross crunch. This is a really, really good one because we're really getting back into those obliques as we've sprinkled them throughout our session today. In our side plank, in our modified side plank, in our side crunches. So this is, again, pulling in that waistline. Hopefully you should feel the obliques a little bit more this time. Getting into the rectus abdominals. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Dropping the feet down, knees together, heels together. Lift up that upper body and we're going to reach for our toes for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. Take that left foot over the right thigh. Hands back behind your neck. Remember, you're not pulling on your neck. Your knee and your elbow are doing the work as you cross crunch for 12. Now you can lift up that right leg if you're feeling ambitious. So remember, try not to pull that knee in too much. We're trying to crunch with the elbow. Oh, I could definitely feel this in my abs. Last 6. Keep it strong. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. This time, Taking the head, neck and shoulders up, knees bent, reach for the heels, extend out and reach. Now remember, if this is too much, you could take your hands underneath your bum. You could rest your head, neck and shoulders. But if you are with me, you are reaching, looking for your toes, reaching for the heels. You can touch them if you are crunching all the way in. If this is too much, remember, you do you. Pulling in that belly button for 7 to go. Good, 3 more. 2, 1. Beautiful. Hands underneath your glutes this time. Raising both legs up. Rest your head onto the floor, and we're just going to alternate for 8. That's 7. I can tell my legs are getting tired now because it's really, really hard to maintain that 90 degree. So if you're feeling like, yeah, you're nailing this 90 degree position, props to you. Definitely tell me how you get on with this right at the end. Last 4. Last 3. Keep it strong. 2. 1. Beautiful. Knees in towards the chest. And now just rock from side to side. We're just going to do one final stretch just to round up this whole session. So come over to onto your side, push yourself up, and we're just going to hold into bum onto your knees basically. So just sit back onto your heels and bending the knees in front of you, taking a deep breath in. We're going to walk the right hand out, lift up that left hand and rotate the chest open towards the sky and hold this position. So just pause here. Beautiful. Push yourself back up from your right hand, transfer the weight all the way over to the left. Smooth transition if you can, pushing both hips into the heels and open up the chest towards the right side. 2 more breaths here. Relax your shoulders away from ears. Last one. Beautiful. Coming all the way back up. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I'm so grateful for your presence, for your company, and for you pressing play. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. That would mean the world to me. And I would love to see you back on the mat here soon. So click the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And remember, if you've got any comments, please pop them in the description below. And if you haven't already checked out my website, it's fitnesschicks.com. And I will see you soon. Have an amazing day. Sending lots.